Welcome to these sci-fi guys. I am Dave. As always, with me is John and Chad. Today we are talking about the movie Free Guy. Great movie, all about video game and NPC players, and we got all kinds of stuff to talk about today. So, with that, how you guys doing tonight? If you guys notice, I'm not have you just notice all black behind me. A little different. I'm actually down in Florida, visiting my in-laws, and so I'm outside. And if you see me swatting at stuff, is because their mosquitoes have just decided to start coming out, and so I'm on a
It's the
porch,
only way
but you
for it to
can't really
happen.
see anything, and it is what it is. So anyway, what is I'm totally lost today. I've got a little bit of a cold, so if you guys hear me the way I'm talking, it's a little bit off. So we are going to start with our questions. All right, Chad is the one that picked this movie out, so on you, Chad.
All right. So, guys, I know last year we watched Ready Player One. So, what are the similarities between this movie and that movie? Did y'all see any, or was there none?
John.
This is the awkward staring contest tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, there are definitely some easy similarities between the two, particularly the gaming aspect, some Easter eggs thrown in. The idea that a corporation takes over and the game's not exactly what it was to begin with. So there's definitely a lot of similarities there in terms of overall idea. However, they are definitely different enough to qualify as very different movies, and I do appreciate that. I mean, I think they came out in a time when probably the market probably called for it on the behind the scenes side, and they were both phenomenal movies, but both had enough of their own, uh, merits to kind of stand on their own, and I appreciate that. But that idea of the gaming, the entering the world, I mean, Ready Player One, more of the VR side and actually throwing yourself literally into the game, whereas Free Guy was more so, okay, here's an avatar, here's a skin, kind of gaming as we know it nowadays. So yeah, I definitely see the similarities that are there, but they're different enough to me to at least still be good on their own.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. It was a great movie. It really was. Especially when we have some other stuff that we have to talk about later on. Really struggled with, what was wrong with this movie? What did I not like about it? Um, I did get some aspects of Ready Player One. With the whole, all right, they're going into a video game, and meeting other people and doing things online. However, this one was really focused on the NPC, really focusing on Guy himself as the main character rather than a human playing a game. Even Tron was a human who got sucked into the game, and this one really was quite a bit different. On this was a computer player that was just supposed to be in the background who ended up taking everything in all the limelight, by storm.
Yeah.
And before you get to your next question, okay, I get Ryan Reynolds is a good looking guy, but really, what was I mean, all the YouTube stuff that they were doing and the streaming and oh, he's so hot, he's great, he's this, he's that, I mean, he looked like a plain guy in a plain blue shirt with khaki pants. I mean, come on,
The blue shirt guy.
the blue shirt guy, exactly.
No, that's just from before when it was like the Dear John era or whatever. No, that wasn't even him. That was Gosling. I
Yeah.
don't
Come
know,
on. What are you
man.
talking? Hold on.
Overhyped.
When did
Too many
Deadpool come
Ryans
out?
in the world.
When did Deadpool come out with Ryan Reynolds playing them?
It was before
What,
this.
like 6, 7 years ago?
It was Deadpool was way before, because Free Guy actually was supposed to come out during the pandemic, and then it got held up because they didn't want to release it when no one was going to go to the movies.
Yeah.
And so it got released, I want to
Yeah,
say
Deadpool
the
was
end of
2016.
2021, beginning of 2020. I mean, like 2021 ish. I think is when it got released. So
So yeah, so I agree with
Yeah,
John.
Free Guy was 2021.
So with
Sorry.
the no, you're good. With the similarities between Ready Player One and this, it's both different, but you see it, and then you saw many different types of video games and movie crows, and so with that, I'm gonna go to two. How many different types of games or movie characters you see in this movie, and which one was your favorite?
well, I guess I'll start. Okay, as being a huge Star Wars buff, I loved when he pulled out the lightsaber there at the end. However, dude could not. I mean, he was blocking everything, and I'm like, how can you block a lightsaber with your arm? But yeah, the Marvel stuff. Um, I mean, there was a little bit of Marvel, with when he did the Hulk arm, you know,
Captain America.
Captain America shield. So
All right, John.
He's going down. I was
I'm
gonna
sorry,
say,
I was
I definitely
I,
saw
I was
several
coughing
references.
and I
The
didn't
ones
want
you
to.
guys,
Go ahead, you
but
talk.
the ones you guys mentioned, the video game references, definitely. I mean, Free City is definitely based on GTA. I think that much is very abundantly clear. There's lots of smaller references, like your classic arcade games, and then of course your modern games. A lot of some of the Fortnite idea thrown in there, particularly the culture of skins. I think that's very prevalent in the Fortnite era. Even though Fortnite didn't invent skins, they definitely made it very popular. Um, and then, I mean, overall, again, just that idea of you kind of have the GTA world kind of going on. And then, if you think about the idea too, the waking up and it's a different day almost follows the Groundhog idea, even though it's a different day, following the same script kind of turns the Groundhog Day thing on its head a little bit. I definitely appreciate that too.
So I don't know if you saw when Guy Frawley. I don't know it was beginning of the movie, but you saw a remnants of a Halo tank. Anybody play the Halo game?
I played Halo, but I remember a tank, but it was a Halo tank. If you say so, I
I
will
mean,
say yes.
you couldn't really.
Oh,
To
wait a minute.
me,
When he was getting the coffee.
yeah.
Yes,
No,
when
no,
he was
no, no,
getting
no.
the.
No, that's no. He's coming around the corner, and it was tank was driving over
Oh yes.
car
Okay. Okay. Yes, I do remember that.
because it just looks like it's just like the not the it was just a very glimpse of the back. I'm like, hey, hello, brought that in. Just the different aspects of games, like you said, Star Wars, different type of movies, and but that's what really loved about this movie is just like Ready Player One. There's a lot of different types of movie genres in there that you see. So, anything else on this before we go on to the third one?
No, go ahead and go on.
So, what was the most favorite movie quote used in this movie?
Oh, to me it was don't have a good day, have a great day. I mean, he just said it throughout the whole movie, and to me, I just loved it. I mean, it was, I mean, he didn't really go too far away from how his character was created, even though he became sentient and you know and became a actual player in the game instead of just an NPC. Um, I just really liked how he was constantly, just the relationship between him and Buddy, the
Yeah,
the cop. I mean, just
Yeah.
the I just how they just still, even though things were different then, he still treated everybody the same, and that was really neat.
yeah,
John, how about you?
Well, I really love the constant recurring joke of "give us your skin," and just him really not understanding what they meant by giving up his skin. And then, of course, I mean, as a coffee guy, I can't get over medium coffee, cream, two sugars, just over and over. Literally, like that's probably the worst cup of coffee in the world, but man, it's just a good recurring joke too.
I want a cappuccino. You gonna get shot.
Yeah.
But another one I liked was it wasn't Guy. It was one of the developers going trying to get him out because they thought it was a player got the NPC skin dressed up as a rabbit. I'm the rabbit. I'm an apex predator. I'm gonna get you. The rabbit's coming for you.
That whole scene was phenomenally funny. That was good comedy.
That was. I mean, especially, and then when they went into, hey, we're going to go into build mode, and then built all the levels up and layers up, you know, that was extremely funny. It really
Yeah.
was.
So here's this. This is probably one of the last before we get to where we need to go. So the fourth question, the very end battle, the guy's going in and destroying. Before all this, they say, "Hey, send in the dude." Guy said, they're not done yet, but I worked on them last night. Send them in." So you saw it looks like a big buff Ryan Reynolds coming in like "Hey, I'm for free CD2. I'm the blue shirt guy." So what would have done differently in that fight scene against the dude? Like what other would movies or weapons would you pull to fight against them?
I was waiting, when he was putting on the glasses, I was waiting for an X-Men, you know, glasses blast onto him or something, and just instead of him taking the glasses off and putting them on, dude, I just thought he would have just pulled something out that would have just been, over the top, uh, you know, but at the same time, he was an NPC. He really did know all. I mean, again, I still don't know how he pulled up, and we'll talk about this in a little bit. How did he know to pull up a lightsaber into the shield and those other things? Those are pop culture references. How did he know all that? But again, I think I kept expecting. I loved when Buddy threw the glasses. That was iconic. It was like, yes, all right, now he's gonna do it, and then he couldn't breathe. But he's an NPC. How is he gonna? Doesn't need to breathe. I mean, again, so, John, go ahead.
Even NPCs need to breathe, Dave.
Okay,
They're
okay.
programmed to. I mean, personally, I think I would have, for something like that, with a lot of the other films we're seeing in the modern era, I would have tried to pull in some more licensing because I think you could have definitely gotten some really, really cool things in general. I mean, throw in a lot of your classic fighters, uh, maybe some TMNT, even pulling them in simply with some nunchucks. Uh, maybe
Well,
even a throw
doesn't
over
doesn't
to
own doesn't
DreamWorks.
I was gonna say doesn't Disney own? I mean, because Disney's the one that produced it. Don't they own Lego?
They do. Well, they're very close with Lego, bare
That's what I
minimum.
mean. That would have been cool seeing, like, okay, now he turns into this Lego outfit or a Transformer or something. So
Oh,
then
yeah.
Or
Guy is now he's got a skin on, because they kept saying, give me your skin, give me your skin. That would have been cool. Put a skin on top of him, you see him, and then now he's Optimus Prime or something.
Oh, yeah, that would have been phenomenal.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff like to me is it would have been nice to see Terminator or because they kept reference Terminator.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. Or you gotta do a Mortal Kombat skin like Scorpion in fight scene, pulls it off and flames
Get over here.
here. Yeah, just
Fatality.
just something crazy because also pulled back for like when errors from the Mortal Kombat or was it Street Fighter?
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, I
Yep.
was kind of disappointed with that last fight scene with how it seemed like it was really building up to that, and then it was like, oh, here, let's just put the glasses on you, and then, oh, look at
Oh,
all the pretty pictures. Oh, let's go run around and do nothing, and then you run down this
bridge.
long bridge. Yeah, I think they could have done that better. So
Yeah.
anyway, so let's go to our next topic. All right, and it's going to be plot holes. Oh, I love plot holes. All right, and I actually struggled with this one a little bit.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, well, it's a video game movie. So you really won't have plot holes, right? Did you guys see any plot holes? I'm gonna pick on each one of you. So
Ugh.
did you see any plot holes?
It was hard. I watched this movie and tried to look for plot holes. There's not much in there. And if it was very small and minute that you didn't really notice it.
You see,
Like,
okay, okay. Oh, I thought
yeah,
you were
that's
stopped.
it. I could.
Okay,
I mean,
okay. John, how about you? Did you notice any plot holes?
I mean, there's things I would like to see that we'll get into in a moment, but in regards to actual legitimate plot holes, I mean, the premise of the movie kind of gives you freedom to kind of do whatever as long as you have the right video game for it. And even if you don't, say half a sentence of, "Oh yeah, this video game has this," and then bring it in and you're set. I mean, it's kind of you have a lot more freedom in video game land to do a lot, even making a movie about it. I think one of the easiest I could maybe go after is um, kind of that idea of how does he beat the dude in general with the size difference. And I get the help with the glasses and such, but dude's a, he's a big guy. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can even kind of pull out of the air, and even it's not a good one. So
Okay. I have a couple. So I mean, again, I love looking for plot holes. I guess. Okay. So let's go to the beginning of the movie. So didn't Antoine buy out Millie and Keys? And if they did, technically, how is she able to sue him? Because if he bought out the game and basically bought it and built, even if they use the AI that they had built already, it's his now. Even Keys said, "Hey, I had student loans I had to pay for," and then they was like, "Well, that's the most white privilege thing you've ever said." To me, I was like, okay. I mean, did you guys see that, or is it, or am I looking too hard at it? Yes, no,
nah,
maybe.
it's there, but I don't think. Yeah, I think it's a code. I don't think they really worried about him getting the game. It was more of the code. It was supposed to been the original life, not what it went into. I think that's what she was more mad about. Hey, it should have been this, and he just used the code over to for his own purpose.
But if he bought the game or bought the code, he should be able to do with whatever he wants to
I
do with
was,
it.
I will say bare minimum, they didn't give enough context to that side because it could have been, oh, I bought the idea of the game because you can buy that in terms of like uh, a trademark ish. He could have bought the name of the, you know what I mean? Like he could have bought the idea more so than the actual code itself, and then built the game from there, rather than, oh, I bought the game itself. I think if they had set it up differently, that would have made more sense. But with what they gave us, we definitely don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if he straight
Again,
up bought the game, you're right. It should just be straight up his because that's the real world. But if he bought the quote unquote idea of a game and then stole the code behind it, that is a little different on legal terms.
yeah, and then the follow up with that is, who did the programming? Antoine didn't. So if Keys did it, he would have known that the island was there and that the original code was used. Mouser was not smart enough to do that, I don't think. I mean, again, that's just one of those. I know it's a minor plot hole, but it is a plot hole to me. I was like, so who's the one that actually programmed all this game? I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's not like Tron where the
Maybe
guy actually
maybe Antoine was smarter.
Maybe he was. I will give you that. Maybe he was, but it just did not appear
didn't
so.
appear.
He just appeared to be a rich guy. You know. Okay, so when you start a new MMO, are you going to immediately shut down the old one the day the new one comes online?
No,
No, you're not. You're going to have a transition period of, so some people are going to still be playing the old one and then some people are going to play the new one, you know, because once you shut the old one down, you're going to lose money. case in point. You want to keep both of them running at the same time. So I just thought that was a little bit
It's-
ridiculous. Well, this is gonna be shut down. We have only 48 hours to fix everything.
Yep.
You only have 48 hours, and then you've got to get out of the. Then we have to find the place. I mean, I just thought that was a little bit wasn't the greatest writing. Let's put it that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. With that, I mean, you gotta look at it. Look at them. Some of these MMO RPG games, like you got the Final Fantasy, you got World of Warcraft. Many people play it, and even though they came with a different expansion, they came with expansion packs. You didn't have to get the expansion pack to keep playing the game. You stayed on that World of
No.
Warcraft. No, you used to be stuck. You wouldn't be going any more quests, but other than that, you have to be getting the expansion pack to go get the better stuff. That's all I'm trying to say. You don't. They didn't. WoW didn't shut down the servers to go. I'm done with World of Warcraft 3. You gotta go get to the Burning Crusades and so on.
Yeah, that's the way I look. That's the way I kind of saw it. Okay, here's the big one. Are you ready? The big one. All right. So the first time Guy and Millie, I can't remember her name in the game itself. Something girl, Antoine girl, and whatever. So anyway, so the first time Guy and her kiss, Keith says it's impossible. There's no button for that. There's no command or anything that says you can kiss whoever. It's not programmed into the game. So, and I'll get that, okay? Guy is the one that initiated it. So that's fine, okay? So, because you even saw her face kind of like, okay, what's going on? However, later on, when she's trying to revive his memory, she kisses him. How?
Yeah.
There's no button. There's nothing on the keyboard that says if you type in KISS, it's going to kiss somebody. It doesn't say that. It's not programmed that. To me, major plot hole. Major, major. All right. Sorry, guys. All right. So, yeah, that's my rant for the day.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. If there's
Now,
no program, no hotkey for it, so how can you do it?
exactly. I mean, unless there's somebody in the company says, "Oh, he kissed her, so let's have a lot of time and add that to the game." They're getting ready to get rid of the game anyway. They're not going to turn around
No,
and spend time to add that function.
here's the thing about it. To just add that one function, it's not a half a page of code. It's about 2 or 3 pages of code just to get that done.
Yeah.
And that's not adding any of the gamers want to put any. Oh, let's make it that a micro because I want to do that all the time. Micro that. So
yeah.
it's.
And then what kind of kiss is it? I mean,
Yeah.
no, we won't go there.
You don't. It's not a 48 hours thing. So yeah, that was nah. They would have done that.
Okay, our next segment is and that is fixing or improving this movie. So, what would you do to either A, fix this movie if it was bad, and I'm not saying it is, or B, what would you do to improve this movie? Let's start with John.
All right. So, hear me out. Go with me on a journey. You have this whole montage of streamers and people who are getting behind Guy. And to me, the biggest fix we have, he's going against the dude. Forget the glasses completely. Let's say they get like mollywomped and smashed. They're out of the picture. I think we do that instead of what happens. Guy's down to his like last digital breath that he shouldn't have. And as Dave says, and he's down to his last breath, and then suddenly an army of other gamers and such come in. And I know that would require earlier parts of the story to be fixed in terms of server being shut down, them being kicked out. But I think that idea, or even maybe them finding a backdoor back into the game, or with new skins and just million level 1 noobs coming back into the game after they all create new accounts to get back in something. I think that idea of an army of supporters coming back in, and instead of killing the NPC, they help him by distracting dude, and he goes on and continues. I think that would have been a much more cool and fun idea. But I like it the way it is. But if I could have changed anything, I think that would have been awesome to do.
Okay, Chad, how about you?
I kind of agree with that, but I wouldn't do players. Where's all the NPC friends? Where was all the people out there were supposed to be helping them out? Have them all come and distract them to do that where he can keep going. But no, they all having coffee too cream and sugar. Oh, here's this. I want to do more than a coffee. I want to create boba tea. So they could have done that. Another thing is, hey, they could have just stopped the fight and just put glasses there. Hey, put this on real fast. Let's see what you think about this. Ended it right there and keep going. But they would build up to the fight, so they had to do something. But I would use the NPCs more than I would try to, because how would they get back in? They rebooted everybody else. So that's about it.
I actually have. Have you guys seen the movie Clue?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know how at the end they have 3 different answers? I've got 3 different answers on the end of mine, but they all kind of tie in. Maybe I don't know. Well, the first thing is I was waiting for them when they saw each other. When Millie and Key saw each other across the road, I was waiting for them to step out into the road and then a truck. I was waiting for that. I was like, that would have been a great ending. Period. It's done. It's over. Game over. And then big game over credit comes up. Okay, so that's new ending 1. It's not a great ending, but it could be good. Okay, new ending 2. So everybody, all the NPCs are now on this life. What do you call it? Life or Unicorn Island or whatever. Okay, and Guy cannot get over, because now that they're all sentient, Guy can't get over the fact of that kiss. He keeps going back and thinking about the kiss and has decided to do everything in his power to make that happen again. All right. And because of that, he becomes the overlord of Unicorn Rainbow Island. And in the final scene, you have all the other NPCs gathering together, plotting on how to get rid of Guy. And then that takes us to Free Guy 2, where Guy kidnaps Millie and does not allow her to leave the game, kind of like a Tron thing, but she cannot log off. I mean, it's basically he's holding her hostage. Keys then goes into the game and works with all the other NPCs to free her. That is ending number 2. And then here is number 3, which will be an after credit scene, actually. So you see Rainbow Island, you just see it sitting there, and then all of a sudden you just see a guy typing away at a computer. He's a hacker. He breaks into the server and makes a back door into the program and then releases it to the public so players can fight against sentient NPCs. But here's the catch. When whoever dies in real life, whether it be the NPC, they don't respawn, and the person, if they get killed, they get an electrical shock through their headphones and it kills them. So, game over.
Hold on, that was a movie before.
Maybe that was. I don't know.
It's a whole backdoor AI controlling and hacking everything to get rid of the humans. It's Skynet.
Oh, could be. So anyway, those are just mine. I thought they were pretty funny. I really liked the one about Guy can't get over the kiss and kidnaps Millie. So kind of has some Tron aspects in there. But all right. So with that, we are at the point where boo. Okay, so now we give it either thumbs up or thumbs down. I guess I'll start. Hey, to me, again, I mentioned it earlier. I had a lot of trouble finding faults with this game, with this movie. Uh, I'd love to play this game. I think it'd be great. Uh, as long as uh, Channing Tatum is not in there. Dancing is goofy like he did. So yeah, whatever. So to me, I'm giving it a thumbs up. I really enjoyed it. I would watch this again. I have watched this. This is the second time I've seen this. So yeah, this was definitely a great movie for me. Okay, Chad, how about you?
I give it a thumb.
Oh, 2 thumbs up. All right. Now, John, what about you?
I mean, this is probably the easiest one we've had. And since we've had this segment, easiest one I've had to do this on. I mean, it's easy, clear thumbs up.
3
Easy.
thumbs up. Great, great, great. Yes, this really was a fun movie. It really was quite enjoyable. So we are last segment. Yeah, you guys can reach us at Twitter or X, whatever you call it now, at TheseSciFiGuys. Email us, TheseSciFiGuys@gmail.com. And you want to know the easiest way to get in touch with us? Because if you didn't want to go through that, leave a comment down below. Leave a comment and tell us, hey, I'd love for you guys to see this movie or that movie or whatever. Tell us what you guys would like to see, and then I'll tell you, we do have a lot of stuff already planned out for this year. Actually, I can go ahead and say it. Next week is our 1 year anniversary. We've done movies for right at a year. So, and with that, last year when we first started, if you go back to episode 1, it wasn't episode 1. We did episode 4 of Star Wars: A New Hope, and so next week we are doing The Empire Strikes Back. All right. So we are doing episode 5, I guess you could, if you really want to call them that. But we're doing The Empire Strikes Back. That is our or not end of the year. We've done it for a complete year now. And then right after that, we have a crossover episode coming up with some other guys. So you guys will be out there looking forward to that. Anybody got anything? Closing thoughts? Chad, closing thoughts? Nope. John, closing thoughts?
Have a great day.
Don't have a good day. Have a great day.
Great day.